Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he would believe that conspiracy about himself. I know. So it's an odd...
I mean, you know how much the government hates my guts? Government's not going to kill me. You know who would kill me? You know who would be most likely if I ever show up dead?
Tanya.
You should no.
Not Tanya?
No, stop. If I ever...
The backstory of that joke is absolutely fantastic.
It's tasty.
Natasha?
Awesome. That is
Natasha? I need to talk to Pat today, either in my office or at the bottom of next hour. Okay? We'll do it at the bottom of next hour. If I ever turn up dead and it is by a shooting or something like that, you shouldn't run to Van Jones. You should not run to Van Jones. I mean, let's not take him off a list, but don't run to Van Jones. You run to these guys. All right, I would like to have a personal moment here with Pat and Stu.
Mm-hmm. Why?
And me. Because you two and your behavior. And now it's rubbing off on me and I'm making easy jokes. I think I said this to you guys on Monday or Tuesday, and we kind of been talking about it all week, kind of off the air. And you guys know that, I mean, I have the greatest wife in the world. We all do. And I love my wife. And when the ring was flushed down, could have easily, I mean, I did. I mean, it was like, it's easy jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Easy jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But for the first time in my career, I think, since being married to Tanya or even dating Tanya, I've made easy jokes like, yeah, I know. Well, was she calling me fat? All this stuff. Well, that one actually she did, but
yeah, she
that's
totally
that one is actually
not a joke
she
at
didn't
all.
call me fat, but she was like, you gotta lose some weight.
You had
We
to
gotta
read
talk
into
about
it.
that. Porky.
Yeah.
You had to read into it 1%, but yes.
Yeah, okay, that one is different. But we've been, you guys did the deal, and it was very, very funny on Friday, and now I've been playing into it.
You mean we were saying that
she flushed down
intentionally and everything else,
and it
and
wasn't
I
so much
played
of an
into
accident.
it. And honestly, it doesn't seem to bother her, which might be something else that we should look into. But it doesn't seem to bother her that these jokes are going on. I don't want to. Today I was making a joke. I made an easy joke 15 minutes into the show. 15 minutes into it. And I'm like, that is the easiest joke ever. And it's at the expense of my wife. Why would I do that? I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
Wait. All these jokes are at the expense of you. I have never made a joke against Tanya in my life.
It's the expense of
the relationship.
Here's what I've always hated, guys. I've always hated when guys are like, yeah, the old ball and chain.
Right.
Hate that. And that's kind of the jokes that were that I was going down in. And the jokes of, well, they're just, having marital problems or whatever. I've always appreciated. My wife is gone and she'll go out at night with the ladies. See, there's a joke here. There's a joke here, but I'm not going to make it. Mm-hmm. She'll go out with the ladies and she'll come back and we'll be laying in bed and talking because there's a joke here too, but I'm not going to go there today.
Today.
Yeah, today. On that one, I mean, because that one doesn't make fun of her, it makes fun of me. But anyway, we'll talk, and she has always said, I'm amazed how I get around so many women and they just throw their husbands under the bus. And they just do it. And I said, guys are the same way. And I don't want to be that way.
There's a joke here. I just went, okay, go ahead. I'm just going to start noting when the jokes occur. I think this is a much better plan.
It is a much better plan. And I know exactly the joke that you were going to make. And it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't say it was great. I just said it was a joke.
It was a cheap, easy joke. But it was an okay joke.
Fully admitted.
Yeah. So I'm
confused, though. I will say this. The material we went to, Pat and I, when you were gone,
and I encouraged,
and you encouraged fully, was all at your expense. None of it was at her expense.
No,
and
here's
I would
what it
never
is.
make a joke.
Here's
at
what it
Tanya's
really
expense.
is. Here's what it really is. A, this has nothing to do with you. I don't want to start making jokes about my wife like that. I don't mind making jokes about my wife making fun of me.
Yeah, but the joke is about you.
No, I know. Could you let me finish?
Well, I don't think you're getting it.
No.
I'm just trying to fill you in, that's all.
Why are you yelling?
Jeez. I mean, how is your wife married to... No, I'm only kidding. I'm not going there.
So anyway, I don't mind. I have no problem making fun of, doing jokes that make fun of me and what here's what I don't want to do. I've been divorced before, and I've been in a relationship that had marital problems, and I'm glad I'm not in that.
Right.
And I don't want to ever speak anything into existence. I believe in the power of the word. You speak things, you say things, you speak them into existence. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that as a joke.
So, because we did get to the point where we were saying that potentially she was signaling marital problems, which is not at all true at all. You guys have a great relationship. So we can only joke about things where they're true, like when she called you fat.
Even if, no, wait.
But that's not a joke.
No, I don't even mean it as a joke, but I mean, like, that's a joke about you. Like us bringing up that she now what she probably didn't mean that you were fat. She was probably saying that you both need to get into shape, and she probably was.
No, she's been on the stick about getting that bike, the exercise bike. Right. I've never seen her move so fast.
She's concerned about you.
It's like it's like the Matrix, where they could slow down time and then you could see the move. It's like that.
But she does what my wife does. It's for your health.
Oh yeah.
It's for your health. I'm concerned. I want you to be around.
Yeah, and then if I don't do something, and then she'll I know Jackie does the same thing.
Fine, then just die. Fine.
Right.
I'm not going to help anymore. You just die.
Now,
got it.
I just want to make sure you don't want to joke about your wives, but you're both imitating their voices like they're maniacs.
Yes. And that will continue.
Because that will continue.
I think the heart of this is you don't want to joke that the relationship is on the rocks and it's about over. Yeah,
because it's not. I love my wife. She loves me, and we are not. We're different than other people.
Yes,
we're not we don't.
We've never in our relationship. Mine and Jackie's, we've never joked or said anything about divorce ever. Not even in a joking way, because you just don't want to bring that in, even in a joking way.
Right. So there's some things that shouldn't be joked about, and my marriage to my wife is sacred.
Yeah.
And I'll joke about her, and I'll joke about her and what she says about me and the typical stuff. I don't want to joke that. I don't want to speak things into existence that aren't true.
Yeah, and I'm of course willing to follow these rules.
Are you? That's big of you.
Well,
Thank you for that concession on my life.
No, it's my mouth, and we have a free. I could make jokes about it, and then you could fire me. I mean, I'm willing to sit here though, and right. I understand that. The reason I think it's, I would argue it's okay, is because it's completely untrue. If you actually were having marital problems, I wouldn't be joking about it at all. The reason why I think it's funny, it's like with Jeffy. I would never admit this at any other time. But
hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're out of time all of a sudden?
Yeah, all of a sudden we're out of time.
I just want to say,
going down.
Isn't this exactly what someone who wanted you to believe they didn't have marital problems?
That's what they would say.
What he's saying?
No, I wasn't even talking about my marriage. We were talking about yours. No, it's like with Jeffy. We take Jeffy to task all the time. We call him everything from a heroin addict to a child trafficker. Anything that we can say, the worst possible stuff about Jeffy. Now, Jeffy's the greatest guy in the world. But
for a heroin addict.
For a heroin addict, he's a great guy. I mean, he's one of the most reliable heroin addicts you're ever going to know.
Right.
If you need smacked now,
I can't even get through this.
You go to Jeffy. You go to he's your man.
See, there's not a problem with that.
Right.
I just don't. Maybe
but if
I'm
Jeffy
just being
was a heroin addict, I wouldn't joke about it.
Right.
I'd feel horrible that he was.
Oh, I would. I would. Wouldn't you, Pat?
Yes.
If he was a current heroin addict, he wouldn't be working here. But if he was a recovering heroin addict,
I'm sure we got at least 20% of the staff.
So if you knew I was actually
doing heroin, don't.
And then he plays into
right.
it.
It makes it worse.
No. And again, maybe it's just I'm sensitive because I am. I've turned a new leaf this year, and I sense something different in me for the very first time in my life. And Pat knows me better than anybody, and I beat myself up on being a bad dad, and I'm not a bad dad. I'm just not the dad I want to be, and it's hard. And I'm not a bad husband. I'm just not the husband I want to be. And I have felt so strongly in the last 3 months, and especially in the last month or last 2.5 months, since the election, really. I really evaluated my life. And what are you doing spending your time? And what is it? And I'm really, for the first time in my life, really not only wanting to change, but sensing a change for the good. And I don't want to joke about things because I'm sorry, I do believe in speaking things into existence. And I just don't want to joke about things on that, which I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to be a better husband. I'm trying to be a better father. I don't want to joke about it. And I have no problem joking about how much, you wouldn't want to be Tanya married to me. I have no problem with that. No problem, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I guess I'm sensitive on the sanctity of my relationship with my children and the relationship with my wife because I want it so badly. I want it to be good so badly.
Yeah. Well, I will try to. Let me know if I cross any lines that you don't that you think are inappropriate. I don't want to.
I don't believe in taking away rights beforehand. I just believe in punishing after. So you cross the line, it's your choice. Whatever. I'm not going to take that away. You show yourself as an irresponsible host, you're fired.
Mm-hmm. You're saying you're going to take away my First Amendment right?
Go make some. No. No, you have it. You can say it.
I got to say it without this microphone in front of me. Is what you're saying? It's not nearly as effective.
Here's our sponsor this half hour.